Apex Legends removing an important in-game item out of nowhere yesterday, which shocked a lot of people, especially as a big tournament was about to begin. On top of that, a new incentive for a competitor game is now out, allowing you, the fans, to get paid for discovering problems with the game, should Apex follow suit and do this as well. For all Apex related news, stories, drama, and much more, like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a ton. For the first time in a while, we've actually been gaining subscribers on the channel. So thank you, sexy fellas. All right, so first thing, Apex removed a pretty important item just before a big tournament yesterday, and that is the gold knockdown shield. The gold knockdown shield has obviously been important for a while and has provided a lot of value for any team out there, but specifically support legends, being that they have an easier chance at getting the revive. And now that you have Newcastle already really buffed and Lifeline buffed this season as well, you're seeing sometimes a triple support legend meta, that being Lifeline, Gibraltar, and Newcastle all in the same team. But a lot of times you're definitely seeing Newcastle and Gibraltar, but most every single team is running a Newcastle at least. Well, just before they go to play a $400,000 final qualifier, they're going into this with the knowledge of the way that they've played this legend meta for a while now. And out of nowhere, we saw that they removed the item from the game. That being Hypermist tweeting, gold knockdown shields were removed with the latest update, but it will return after Thanksgiving. So they made this update with the idea that, hey, this is really out of whack right now. We're going to fix Newcastle and Lifeline. They're going to balance this and they're going to address this, and then they'll add it back to the game. That's at least what Hypermist had to say. But I just find it so odd that they do this right before you go into the finals of a big tournament. So if you're wondering why this thing hasn't been spawning and why it's not in the firing range anymore, it's because they removed it from the game. But look for it to return soon after Thanksgiving's over. Don't forget, this is not the first time they've had issues with the gold knockdown. They actually removed the ability to use the perk that it had years ago when it allowed self-revive, and that was basically because the pros had said, look, this is not balanced in the game and we do not need this in the game. And once again, you kind of saw a lot of pros saying, look, this whole support meta is out of whack. But I don't think they're wrong this time. Honestly, I don't think they were wrong the last time. They had some fair points to make, but I understand the casuals and pros are at each other's throat all the time for various different reasons. But I think we all agree that the Newcastle meta is busted. The Lifeline support meta in general is busted, and the gold knockdown shield definitely feels like you don't get any sort of punishment for going down early, getting a lot of damage, over peaking, because you just get a free revive and a free chance at being safe because of how support oriented this meta actually is. Also in the news, it's more gaming general related, but I feel like this is definitely needing to be addressed with Respawn and Apex as well, because I feel like it could help so much. You guys know that we have been in a cheating epidemic or so, honestly, pandemic at this point. Every single game is dealing with it, but I will say Apex has gotten significantly better. Well, Deserto has actually just reported that Riot Games is now offering, this is Valorant, League of Legends, all that stuff, they're offering $100,000 to anyone that finds exploits in their anti-cheat system, Vanguard. Now, Vanguard is basically in comparison to Call of Duty's Ricochet and in comparison to Apex Legends Easy Anti-Cheat. But unfortunately, Ricochet and Vanguard are actually custom made for their games, while Easy Anti-Cheat is a pretty generic thing that just has some Apex designs for it. But long story short, other games also use Easy Anti-Cheat, but I will say that just because it's custom doesn't mean it always works great. Call of Duty is really bad right now with cheaters, and Apex is honestly getting a lot better than what it was a couple weeks ago. But I do think that offering community incentives like this definitely help to keep the game in a good place, because you have so many people that would love to just sit here and watch or find out or go in the firing range and try tricks, try glitches, YouTube, get in the dark web and find some weird stuff, and they can report that stuff, make money, and help the game stay safe. I'm also in favor of an Overwatch type system like Counter-Strike had. I think you should give people Apex coins for sitting here and watching VOD review inside of the game of people that have been reported and allowing them to determine whether or not they were cheating or not. You would only give this to trusted players and people that have played the game for long enough to be trusted with this system. So it'd have to be one who has obviously built up some competitive integrity. But interested to see what your thoughts are on this idea. Like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all things inside the world of Apex Legends, news, drama, stories, and much more. And until the next time, we'll see you all later.